In 2003, I farted. In 2001, I discovered that I enjoyed listening to Linkin Park. I was in a geography field trip, and I just heard the single In the End. I had already heard One Step Closer and enjoyed some of that. I can't remember what song came out after that on their list of singles, but when I heard In the End, I was like, yay, this is good. It's kind of pop rap, and that makes it accessible and enjoyable and easy to learn. I was already a fan of people like Eminem, Jay-Z, Dre and stuff like that. This was suddenly like bubblegum version, and it sounded nice. There was a singer who had a mixture of shouty stuff and more mellow things on the track, and I enjoyed the way that they kind of worked back and forth, the way that they, fed off each other's energy throughout the song. So I liked that. And I was on a geography field trip, listening to music on my Walkman, and my friend said, "Oh, I have that album, you can listen to it if you want." From that day onwards, I realised that I could listen to that album from start to finish without skipping a single song. 10 years later, that was still the case. 12 years later, that is still the case. A week from now, it might still be the case. They're not the greatest of musicians, Linkin Park. Far from it. They are talented, though. They are very good at what they do. And they have been improving a lot over the years. They've been learning to do different things. They've been trying new stuff out. They had side projects like the Dead by Sunrise for Chester and Fort Minor for Mike Shinoda. And they've had a lot of different things that have changed over the time as well. I can still listen to Meteora, which came out 10 years ago, and with Meteora's release, a whole massive change started to happen in my world, because at the age of 16, 18, in those years, lots of changes happen. And it could be any band that you listen to that could be the thing that, the catalyst that sparks you through things. Didn't want to use the word catalyst because that was the single, and that's a terrible song, and it was a bad pun. But that's beside the point. At some point, one of the bands that you will listen to when you're younger is going to really inspire you to go out and meet new people that are like-minded, that enjoy the same stuff. Maybe you'll meet them at a concert, maybe it just happens to be on a forum or through Twitter or Facebook or whatever else. And you start to go through this really fast motion. For me, there was the Linkin Park Underground, which was their fan group, and I got to meet a whole bunch of people that had similar interests and were just as invested and enthusiastic as I was about the stuff that I was doing. In 2003, I got to go on a bunch of TV shows that they were performing on, such as Top of the Pops, CD UK, and Kerrang Awards had one which was them and Good Charlotte performing for a couple of songs for a few people, and that was quite fun to go to as well. But I'd not been involved in anything like that before. I'd never been on a TV show before, and suddenly this new world of being able to go and do and see pop stars and stuff was a thing outside of concerts. So that was a new thing. I went to the Reading Festival in 2003 for the first time because Linkin Park were playing on it, and I was really enjoying their music. I wanted to go. I made some new friends whilst I was there, some that live out in Wales, such as Jenny and Claire and Matt, who I haven't seen in a while, but I do miss, and they were a lot of fun. I bonded better with some of my other friends at the festival, because that's what you do as well when you're all sleeping in tents and being silly and being like, yay, we're adults, but not really. I danced to System of a Down. I got to experience a whole bunch of bands that I'd wanted to see that I didn't even realise were playing the festival, because I was that sort of one-track minded on Linkin Park. I also went to a whole bunch of shows earlier in the year, back in March, and I'd met some people in the line there who I kept in contact with, and then in November, we decided as a collective we were going to go on a road trip and go to all these different shows, and we're going to meet all these other fans and have loads of fun, because we were really enjoying the atmosphere, we were enjoying the feel, we were enjoying the whole energy, the shows, the sets, the opening bands, which for 2003 was Lost Prophets and Kinesis, and it was just a really fun thing to plan out. We had some bad moments on the way where the person that was meant to be driving us, a girl called Emma, was actually hospitalised. We waited in a train station for a while, then we were back to Dawn's place, where we decided to book some other things, put some stuff on the Linkin Park forum for the Underground, told them that we weren't sure really how we were going to do this thing, but we had to get to Glasgow. Got on a train to Manchester, got on a bus to Glasgow, and thought, YOLO, we'll give it a try, see what happens. And things like that, I didn't necessarily think I would have been capable of doing at that time, but because of my interest and the support and the other people around me, I went for. And over the last 10 years, I've kind of kept that attitude, not necessarily for the band, but for everything else that's happened since, where I've been willing to just travel and go for it, because you never know whether or not you'll get another chance to do it, so you might as well take those chances you get. So my question for you, if you've managed to last this long, is are there any albums that you can still listen to 10 years on from start to finish without skipping anything? Do you have any guilty pleasures which aren't really guilty pleasures because you're mature enough to know that there's really no such thing and no reason to be embarrassed about the things that you enjoy? And did you ever go to the Rennick Festival or Linkin Park's kind of stuff? I don't know. Would you have been at these shows? Would we have met? Is that how we met? Did you know me when I was known as John and BT? Maybe, maybe not. So that's today. I'm going to be at Summer in the City because I want to go and follow people around. I'm also doing some behind the scenes footage for a video that's going to come out on Tom's channel. Although the behind the scenes should be on mine, I think, when it gets finished. I've just recently filmed a whole bunch of things with Becky CJ as well, which is great because we all need more of her. There is a lot of things happening. Over the last couple of months since I got back from New York, I've now actually built up a community of other YouTubers that I get to see and hang out with and go for drinks and discuss ideas and make things with, and it's really nice. So I will be at Summer in the City supporting them in their endeavours. I will be hopefully meeting some of you. If anyone wants to talk to me, I am very approachable, as hopefully you'll have found at the different gatherings that I've been at. That's all for now. Bye!